Rav the Avatar versus Season of Discovery.
Over the past 4 years of Classic, we've watched you master the vanilla experience, and we've loved it. So much, in fact, that we thought we'd add some unique flavor. Season of Discovery is vanilla wow with a spicy twist. You're going to discover new secrets as you scour the world and find class-altering abilities.
Rav the Hardcore Avatar versus
Okay,
Season of
server
Discovery.
selection is a defining moment in any man's WoW career. Everyone and their fat Aunt Becky decided to play on Crusader Strike so that they could breathe Asmongold's air, but I decided to not wait 6 hours just to log in and unironically be a lone wolf with...
For the record, I did not go. Nobody really decided because Blizzard thought it was a very good idea to not let anyone know what server. They didn't give us a server list, so everyone kind of went in blind mode. I remember saying, I'm going to go Crusader Strike because I'm a paladin, right? I like Crusader Strike.
a few real-life homies. I knew I wanted to be
real,
a rogue
chat.
so that I could do this. And I knew I wanted to be undead because this. Body type 1 seemed more fitting with my playstyle of having big balls, and then my biggest concern was making sure no parasocial shit stain stole my identity, which meant I'd have to act fast and other preferences would have to be sacrificed, like having a jaw apparently. Anyways, I spawn into some 50 Shades of Grey murder porn looking basement, and I already have the 6000 IQ idea to run past all these questline waiters and kill the uncontested big boys so that I can get ahead of the pack and never look back, which was going better than Hugh Hefner's sex life until I learned from Mr. J. Wubb that I need to do the quests if I want to
Discover new secrets as you scour the world.
So I had to go back to what looked like a 2005 Black Friday store opening to, I guess, experience what this game is like on a fresh launch. Which, spoiler alert, consisted of me and
I feel like I love and hate that, chat. I love seeing a lot of people run around. It makes the game feel full, but at the same time, you can't find anything to kill.
3 other sweaty gamers seeing who can
I love
spam
and
their
hate
2
it.
key faster so that the world credits them as the animal abuser, and let's just say there were some sore losers in these competitions. I chose spots where I'd just be competing with warlocks because if you remember my answer to this question,
What are dots damage for patient people?
there ain't no way I'm losing a tag to that, but it does turn out these are the patient people playing the game.
All good.
That said, one of the
Wow,
Scarlet
that warlock is
Monastery frat
nice.
pledges dropped my first rune, and the best way to summarize what this did was, now when I saw someone else claiming a mob, I could say, nah bitch, that's actually mine, and then stand in front of them and let them know that I am him. But if I'm being honest, after playing hardcore WoW without unpuckering my ass cheeks for 2 straight months, there was only one thing that I was
What is
dying
puckering?
to do. And let me tell you, Blizzard wasn't lying when they said there would be some dank secret additions to the game, like
Oh, the
random watermelon
melon.
that do absolutely nothing. Hashtag this is amazing. But more discovery had to wait because I had to kill Captain Cucksuck here for a quest, and my extensive 9 levels of experience on a rogue taught me that soloing this guy and his protective bottom bitch would go poorly, so I instead opted into being a sneaky Pete while someone else thinks they've earned the tag, only to be like, surprise bitch, I will be telling that man on a horseback in town that I was the one who killed the bad guys. It was at this time where I hit level 10, which the naive people in the stands will say is when I get to hold 2 weapons instead of 1, but I pass on that gas because real
That is pretty
Gs know that
toxic.
you
He could've
miss
just
more when
grouped
you
that.
dual wield, so at 10 that's fake news clickbait if you only have 1 good weapon, so you're not fooling me, Blizzard. And speaking of a good weapon, I learned that if I mug some fuckboy named Aster, my bosses in the city down under will reward me with quite a nice letter opener, but the only problem was that this messenger boy could be found anywhere in the right hemisphere of Azeroth. My initial plan was to layer hop until I found him, only to be accused of being a fake Raven while proving a random person on the internet wrong is a bad use of time. I'm petty.
Unlock feels so stupid right now. I'm real AF. Bow to the avatar. LOL, sure. Rav is a dwarf. If you're the real one, I'll see you in the video. Then how do you explain the description on Lav's last video? Holy dude, I never argue with anyone. If they say, are you Savix? I'd say I'm a big fan. This guy's fighting.
My next plan was to join forces with some other fellow rogues because based off of their names I knew there would be a happy ending to this search, and sure enough we find him. I tell him his hair looks like boogers, he wants to fight me, we kill him, and then I realize that only one of us can loot the required love letter.
Damn, that sucks.
And everyone handles these situations differently, but Bub Rub chose to run off and get himself killed to blow off some steam, but hey, it wasn't my problem anymore. But it was at this time where I wanted to introduce myself to the CEO of Horde, who said, "Yo bro, there's some shit going down in Skull Rock," which to the uneducated swine who didn't watch my hardcore series is one of the most death-causing caves in the game and a perfect opportunity for me to snag me some glory. But Buggy Blizzard Code spawned this guy Guzzy without his blue genie, so I was operating on 50% glory and it was still looking like a tight race until a hunter decided to use one ability that did 50% of this kid killer's health. Anyways, after being an errand boy between Thrall and his chief shadow officer Nira like 60 times, I was ready to do my first Horde dungeon with my soon-to-be famous guild Moose. And long story short, we struggled quite a bit in here. Maybe Blizzard scaled up the dungeons, or maybe we just had no gear with this being a fresh server, but I was thinking it was actually because these are the officers of my guild.
This is the proof. What?
Can we hear some motherfucker get your hot cross buns, bitch?
What the hell was that? Guys, I wanted proof that this rogue was a griefer.
What did I do?
I don't know what I watched too.
Just, wow, guys, man, the level of autism is unparalleled.
So we kept finding ourselves in situations that were shittier than a septic tank and just barely getting to the reset spot in time to save us from these war-painted Harambe's until they evolved.
Fire. I'm gonna go right here this time. I'm jumping down this time. I don't know if I get back up.
You're dead, Jason.
Paul, where are you?
Paul's dead laughed in your fucking face.
I was starting to feel the sweaty
I'm
game.
laughing at his donago. Frank Queen XX large cock ring, huh?
Paul, where are you?
Paul's dead laughed in your fucking face.
I was starting to feel the sweaty game sleep deprivation as I hit 15, but I didn't take 2 days of PTO from work just to fucking sleep, so I pressed on, reaching new levels of mob steel assholeness as every single tag was contested.
Still Shadow Sword. I like rogues have charge now. Kinda.
And this was only gonna get worse as I ran into an infamously contested quest. Kree Snarlsnout, the head of the sophisticated pigs with a long respawn time and 6 baker's dozen people on each layer fighting for his tag, but here is how I outplay this situation. For starters, I write some code to target him and cast an instant ability, and this, like Logan Paul's fiancé, I know his territory many men have explored before, but the next trick is to bind this macro on mouse wheel movement. And not to distract you from my beautiful mousepad that's currently on sale, link in the description, but if you think anyone can spam a key faster than this can spin, you are wrong, and to
Damn,
no
that
one's
has a
surprise, I get the
nice
first
it's like a
tag in front
fidget
of
spinner.
thousands of others trying. This way, when there's a group of mean girls that exclude you from the party because they are quote-unquote full group, you can just spin that mouse wheel and then rub it in that your gaming techniques are sweatier than theirs. It's worth noting that I have no strategy for items that you have to loot, so when you are minding your own business and Amber Heard nails you with a lawsuit and now you have to deal with that only for some state-certified dickhead to steal your loot, the only solution is to blow off some steam in PvP.
What is this bot hunter?
Solution is to blow
Look
off
at
some
him, he has
steam in
no
PvP.
clue. Dude, this guy's probably trying to put his kid to sleep or something. There it is.
It was at this time where Moose had to visit the Museum of the Westfall Gang War that Rav the Avatar started and ended a few weeks back in order to get some dank memorabilia. I lost the roll, so we ran it again only
Damn.
for it to drop twice in a row.
Oh.
I passed on that because Timber, the GM of Moose, was one of the deadliest
that guy
WoW
Tummy?
players on the
Oh, never
server,
mind.
and I wanted to unlock his full
Timber.
potential.
Oh my god.
And besides, I wanted to full RP the rogue life with daggers so that my kills were more cinematic.
Holy, that's a big stab. I love that sound.
But while I was spoiled by the quality of players in my guild, The people I was seeing in the open world
How
had
long
some
does it
serious
take to take
IQ
off his
latency
shirt?
issues. A hunter had the reaction speed of a paraplegic sloth and ended up dying while I was busy about to throw some shade at his pet. Others I would invite would just stand there spinning in circles as if they were looking for Ashton Kutcher to come out saying they just got punked, and I have absolutely no clue what issues this guy was having. But missing brain cells aside, it was now time to put my own skill to the test,
Steak boy.
starting with me learning some secret handshake from Troll
David
Tix McGee, who
21.
then bailed on me when I asked him to teach me other tricks. Anyways, I would need to venture into the Barrens where someone would question my identity, try to take me down, and then learn the hard way that I am he and he likes to hit it from the back. But then I would use my handshake on someone who was born in the same hometown as Howard, who would give me a mission that many men fail at achieving every day. The first step was to kill the patrolling butt buddies, which didn't leave me off to a good start. The next guys were higher level and saw right through my sneaky antics.
Oh,
Even when I tossed a pic of Ariana Grande's ass in the corner, they still were onto me. Eventually I shank redemption both of them and then made my way through a few more waves of various bodyguards, all protecting the main elite in charge. He was trying to enjoy the sunset, but I was trying to make him Goblin D's nuts, only to learn that he is not to be fucked with.
Oh shit.
Turns out ambush is super effective against him, like this is some Pokemon shit, but even with that opener I was in trouble.
Damn, this guy owns. Oh. Insane kite.
Luckily I discovered a strategy that I could rinse and repeat until he was dead.
It's a nice strat. Oh.
Every attempt was worse than the last until I used classic
He is
Wow's Buddy ass
struggling
code
with
to my
this guy.
advantage. I made a vanish ambush macro to cheese the system, and sure enough,
Oh, he has a double ambush in like a second. But you gotta get... Yeah. Oh shit.
2004 technology prevailed. I then dinged 25, which is max level in phase 1, and with that, Moose was ready for their first raid.
I want your fucking health pots to be macro to your literal one key bind. Look yourselves in more than your dick and balls. Look yourselves in your hearts.
No one did any research
Damn,
beforehand
this guy sounds like a
because we like to
pirate.
enjoy the games we are playing, so let me summarize our experience. The first boss is easy as long as the person who
I
gets
like
a debuff that looks like this goes for a swim, otherwise everyone else gets knocked off. #whoopsie. Then we fought a roided turtle that poops little marbles, and I'd advise against touching those, but this guy also pimped my Ride Rav edition.
Oh.
I literally still don't know what the third bitch does, but I think they designed her so that even players like this guy could kill her. The fourth boss is the first idiot check, as you have to play Frogger when his little bastard babies come out in between the phases, but he was no match for Moose.
Nice.
He dropped a dank chest that I lost. The next guy I didn't realize was a boss until we were already balls deep into the encounter, and seeing as we opted into swapping to kill every totem that he resummons 3 seconds later, the fight lasted a good 16 minutes, but he also dropped that same chest that I also lost. This is where the Night 1 group started to fail. We had one more pep talk from Timber, and with it we were ready for server first.
I think we're gonna have to fucking look this guy square in the dick.
We wiped for an hour and deemed it time to sweat hard for more gear before coming back. I decided
they
to be a
almost had
Giga
that.
Chad and solo dungeons for all my best pieces.
Okay. Respectable.
WC I got my legs, and then Larry the
Nice.
Lizard gave me a cool cape. SFK I went full rogue RP tactics, distracting people while a normie patrolled through to unlock doors for me before I found the exact pixel where I could fight the boss without his butt buddies interrupting our date. J-Wub stealthed through to help me kill the mind-controlling mage at the end to get my second dagger, and then I roped our guild's residence mage healer into what I told him would take 5 minutes but actually took 2 hours with like 30 deaths.
Rav is
as I had to
grinding and
talk
playing
to
the
a
game
stone
out
in the bottom
properly,
of an
man.
elite-ridden
I respect
cave, and
it.
while the plan was to slowly clear to it, things went south and Hootie Scooty sacrificed himself for the greater good. So after
Oh,
6 hours of
shit.
sweating, we were ready for the epic rematches against the Swollen Shadow and Raging Final bosses.
Let's go. Let's go.
Nice.
We're fucking good. Big heals with me. Kill me. Got you. I got you. You're good. We got this, boys. Let's go, boys.
Timber.
So with the server first kill to put Moose on the map, We made sure to pop the first world buff in a way that would be remembered. Until I failed to find the fucking quest giver.
Dude, this is.
Moose is recruiting. Wow, there it is, boys. Big Moose. Oh shit, who is that guy watching the other one? I'll link the video, of course. Here you go, boys. Great video by Rav.